It just so happened that when we know each other, we were surprised that we have the same birthday, but of course of the same year. Mami is celebrating her 25th birthday while I'm celebrating my birthday today. Thank you for the wonderful time with the members of the faculty and for the gracious lands that was offered by my dearest Kumari April Rosalyn Castillo Ga, whom I know long time. Seminarista pa lang ako sa seminary way back in the middle of the 70s, until we became very close. And nagiging ninong ng anak niya, at the same time to present in many precious events in their life as a family. Thank you so much. And of course, I was surprised by the presence of my dearest kumpari and kumari, Paring Dino and Maring Tess. I didn't expect that you will come. Alam ko ano yan ni Brother Ruby, being one of his sponsors, but thank you ever so much. I'm so elated with your presence and with your friends. But I'm also elated with the presence of people who are close to my heart. Of course, first to all my students, thank you for this wonderful evening. You have made this evening a very touching one. Of course, I'm so touched with the messages coming from students who are dear to me. In fact, all of those who have said words of greetings and of wishes and of kindness are students who were very close to me. And therefore, I'm so blessed that you have really done your part to make them involved in this evening's affair. Simula pa sa panahon ni Father Patrick's way back in the late 90s, up to this 2020s. So thank you for making them participants, instruments of joys in our hearts. But I'm so thankful that God has given me, despite of the many ups and downs, still a wonderful life to live in. And so many reasons to be thankful with. I may not be blessed with financial abundance, but I am blessed with so many people who were inspired by my own simple life. I've been engaged in the life of the church since I was a high school student, being part of the youth movement in the parish of La Paz, now the cathedral, until I was encouraged by my own grandfather to enter the seminary. He was the motivating person, the instrument who pushed me to enter, because priesthood was not really part of my dream. It was not, a thing for me. But the Holy Spirit leads me to be in the seminary. Some of you know this story already, but my intention to enter St. Andrews at the very beginning is simply to see Manila. So that's the reason, provinciano. So makita lang Manila, enough na for me. But there were many events that happened in the seminary that really changed my perspective, that really changed my heart, to really be embracing to the call of God and to the call of the ministry. I'm not a very outstanding student, but I know I was very diligent. I know that I tried my best to do the best that I can, despite of the fact that most of my classmates, were also very, very outstanding. I just live a very simple way of doing ministry and of doing God's mission. And I never again dream of being part of the National Council of Churches in the Philippines, of being part of the National Peace Organization as its executive director and governor general. I never dreamed of becoming director of the seminary. But all those times, the Holy Spirit is actually leading me to be really become person oriented. I know that while I was still studying, my interest is really to be engaged in changing people's lives, in making directions in people that they would really find a God who is so loving, a God that is so kind and so faithful, that despite of the lapses that we have done, God remain constant and faithful. So if you notice, I'm a person who is always giving hope and second chances. As much as possible, I want you not to fail, but I want you to go on and really feel the meaning of ministry, the meaning of mission. Um, Mommy is what happened to mommy when she suffered stroke. I don't consider that as a burden in my life, but I'm true to my marriage vow, wherein it says, in sickness and in health, we have to live together. Despite of some difficulties encountered, it is my joy to have a wife that is so faithful, a wife that was then so embracing with my ministry. Often we were separated from each other, but those times wherein we were together, I ensure that we have those bonding moments together of which we can always recall back. And every time it's a new academic year, I also ensure to myself that there will always be memories. So bawat batches are memorable to me. Walang batch na hindi memorable sa akin because I consider those always as a time wherein I become more fully engaging with the mission of God in the simplest way that I can. So I was really so touched with the messages of my former students who are now colleagues in the ministry. I was ordained when I was a very young person. I was ordained into diaconate and into priesthood when I was still 22. So I'm now 65. So the 43 years of my life, have been spent, in the church without tuloy-tuloy yan, walang tigil talagang padayon despite of many. But my encounter in the church also brought me to many acquaintances and to many experiences, not only locally, but also internationally. Siguro yun din yung joy, no? That despite wala kang yaman, still you have a lot of experiences to share, a lot of joys to share, and a lot of hopes to be given. Siguro saan ako kumukuha ng aking lakas is from the fact that those experiences have added meaning, colors, and difference, into my life as your rector, as your dean, as the father in the community, as your main formator here in the seminary community. And so this evening is an evening of thanksgiving. Thank you for you, my students, for journeying with me and for making my ministry complete and for making my ministry a wonderful experience at all times. I also thank my dear co-formators for journeying with me in leading, guiding, and equipping you, our students, to becoming effective, efficient, and empathetic priests in the future. Former diocese, the Diocese of Iloilo, as well as the other clergy who in one way or the other have touched my life and continuously inspired my life. I thank God for the wonderful blessings of being part of the faith community. I also thank my dear friends, friends in the church, friends in the community, people whom I encounter along the way. And my principle is this: every face I saw is always the face of Jesus. So therefore, I always ensure that I would be Christ-like in my dealing with people. So that's why siguro I'm also very embracing, very accommodating, very forgiving. Despite of ano pa daiya ang kalain nga nahimo, my heart is always have that heart to forgive. That makes me strong. That makes me go on. I believe we have our own failures, our own limitations, our own lapses. But that should not be a hindrance in moving on, in going on. I hope my life with you was or is a life of a blessing and of an inspiration. So to each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart and including your Mami Leo, we wish everyone the very best. And from the bottom of my heart, I say, Madamo gid niya salamat sa inyo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rector, for your very touching response.
Wala permission.
Nahilom lagi yung tanan.
Na-touch man.
Hi!
Hello.
Okay. Partner.
Partner. Okay.
Steady lang, Victor. Relax lang po, relax. Okay, so at this point, brothers and sisters, and we request our celebrant to lead us the wine toasting.
Baso.
Okay, prepare yung wine glass. First year, sinanggil niya.
Ako di ako manang nalaman story. Ako manang story.
Gabi, kailangan pag ginagawa sa ako.
Live na?
YouTube.
Guys, yeah, yung man, YouTube.
Kami ko eh. Carlo Rossi, meron ba? Pero Carlo Rossi na.
Bagay.
Blesses with
Mami.
the blessing from the earth.
Relax, relax.
As I propose a toast for our beloved Rector, Mami Leah, and to all year of 2022. As of course, in the Old Testament times, the wine symbolized life and abundance. And even in the Eucharist, we use wine to remind us of the gift of Jesus' blood shed for each and every one of us. to Rector, to Mami Lilia, and to everyone. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, everyone! Basta sa mga inom at kanya part. Cheers!
Yes, ano cute? Kapag!
Lain lagi.
Happy birthday, Rector, from Bad.
Okay, so I hope you're enjoying to see your wife
Yes.
in your table. So now at this point, brothers and sisters, we're requesting everyone to please group yourselves according to your birth month.
January,
February, March, April, May, ang Pasko,
March,
April, May, June, July, August, September,
together with our visitors.
December.
Together with our visitors,
Dire
friends,
magtubal sa gitna ang November, December.
oh yeah.
Dire sa gilid ang October. Dito sa gilid ang January. Get your text. Kasi
Yeah. Okay. January, February, March, April.
So at this point, tagatapagaymohon, magnana mo sa inyong mga tagsa-tagsa ka grupo, palihog, pahimuyong, because we will do the candle lighting.
Bring your candle.
March na, March.
November dito,
January.
October to. Dire.
Pwede na ang January.
March to.
October dire.
Kuhain yung cake, January. Pamulit kang gaon yun. Uguan na yun.
Kita pa rin hanggang
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, January, February. Worst saan lang ha?
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Okay, make a big circle. January, ari diri. Upod na mo.
December, asa December? Ato nga, December.
Okay, ari na kami January.
Asa ang January?
Ari kami diri.
February. February. March.
Ayaw mo pagpalikod, sino mo diri.
March, March.
Kanin.
Diri mo.
April. April?
Okay, please stop the music. Okay, good evening once again. Are you now holding the cake and the candle?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is,
man with a big
before we're going to have our closing prayer, the candle will be lighted, and then at the same time, we're going to sing a community song. And after singing, the closing prayer will be followed to be led to us by Reverend Father Franz Foister. And at the same time, the blessing will be na para sa nandayon para pagkatapos natin sa closing prayer. Diretso na kita tayo dito sa venue sa atong niyang pagkaon. Okay? Hey! Okay na ta? Sige, while may cake na ang kada, maan. Meron na? Okay, so may katila naman ang tanan. Okay, so as you hear the song, let us all sing together. Picture taking will later resume. Okay, sige, ara na ang kandol, sige. Okay, Ama, itong na ano ang kandila and music. Okay, music. Sino ang tutulong sa'yo?